To the NBA, old school NBA fans out there, how you doing? Happy Thursday. Gonna do a video here in the series that I said I was gonna put out. This is gonna be specifically about the Chicago Bulls' first three-peat. And I think a lot of people, all they ever talk about is the fact that it was a three-peat. But what Michael Jordan specifically did in that three-peat is just unmatched. There's just no one else you're going to bring to the table and compare against what I'm about to say. It's things that rarely, if ever, get talked about. Not that I ever hear talked about it. Whenever a Michael Jordan debate comes up, all people want to talk about is the 6-0. He won championships in this amount of seasons. He had a killer instinct. He was great in the clutch. I'm not going to dispute those points. It's been covered a million times. But these other factors that it's not just against any one player, it's against all players. No one ever talks about. And I'm talking about it right now. You're going to learn at least one thing, I guarantee it, from what I'm about to say. All right, in 91 in Game 1 against the Lakers, the Bulls lost in the finals. Okay. After that, they went on a historic run that no team in NBA history has ever done. At the next 19 games, they won 15 of them. 15-4 in the NBA Finals. Find me any team in NBA history that's ever done that. You're not going to find one. I don't care how good the team was, how weak the competition was. Doesn't matter. No one's ever done a run like that. Individually, Michael Jordan in 91, he had the record, of course, in Game 2 of the most consecutive field goals. That's one record. Another record, more like a feat, I guess, than a record. I guess it is a record. In the 91 finals, he had the most assists per game in anyone's debut finals, 11.4. The only person to even average more, period, in the finals was Magic Johnson. I think he did it 3 times. You know, he had more than 11.4. Okay, in Michael Jordan's first 10 finals games, he had 91 assists, more than any player in NBA history's first 10 NBA finals games. So that's a decent sample size. Not any 10, I'm just talking about your first 10, your debut 10. Okay? John Stockton had 88, Bob Cousy 87. Jordan 91 is the most ever. And that was done in between the 91 and the 92 finals. Also in the 92 finals, he has the most points in a half, which is 35. He had that in the first half of Game 1 against Portland. And then, of course, in 93, the most points per game in any one finals. But also, team-wise, between 91 and 96, Game 3, the Bulls went on another run that no one has matched. They won 9 of 10 road games in the NBA Finals. No one's touching that. No one has won 9 out of 10 road finals games. It's just hasn't happened. And that team also, in 93, they beat 2 number 1 seeds. They beat the Knicks. They beat Phoenix. So as the 2 seed, they won the championship. That's been done before. But to go up against the best team in each conference has really not been done much. I think it's been done 3 or 4 times, but it's not something that has happened very, very often at all. And anyway, that's probably going to wrap it up after that. These are things that I just don't ever hear anyone talking about, is what the Bulls did in those finals. And you can dispute how good the competition was. Oh, it was Clyde Drexler, a bunch of role players, which is simply ridiculous. All those players at one time or another were all defensive players. They were all stars. They won Rookie of the Year. I mean, they were all really good players. I mean, Jerome Kersey, he gave Pippen all he could handle, and Buck Williams did the same to Horace Grant. Duckworth, they really had the advantage in the front court. And Terry Porter was very good. I think he was a 2 or 3 time All-Star. Good player. Drexler was runner-up to the MVP. So his Drexler's supporting cast was about as good as the Bulls, really. When you look at it top to bottom, they were probably deeper than the Bulls. So really, it almost just came down to who's going to have the better series between Drexler and Jordan. And they gave the Bulls a good series. Every one of these series was tough. You know, the Bulls had to pull that out, you know, in the last quarter. They were behind to win that. 91, there were some key injuries to some players. I don't think it would have been enough to flat out beat the Bulls, but they would have probably taken it 6 or 7 had Worthy and Scott been in there the whole time. But and also 93, the Suns didn't have Cedric Ceballos. So anyway, that's about it. I just want to put that out there. Again, these are things no one talks about. What the Bulls did in those finals was historic. All anybody really wants to talk about is that second three-peat. Yeah, that was great. You know, the 72 wins, 69 wins. I'll get into that in another video. But what they did in the first three-peat, what Michael Jordan did in the first three-peat, that's prime Jordan. It's just unmatched. And these are against some quality teams. Anyway, there'll be more to come.